bass, whistle, and a whole host of other instruments. But I'm going to embarrass, well, I hope I don't embarrass her, but I want to just take a quick moment, tell them about that fabulous whistle that you're playing. It has the most beautiful sound. It's so warm, but I found out something incredibly interesting last night. And I'd love if you'd share some about this whistle.
Of course, I would love to. It's actually from, it's PVC pipe from Home Depot. That, right? I did not make it, but a good friend of mine, her grandfather on Toronto Island, makes instruments. So, yeah, it's beautiful. It's a warm tone, right? It has a nice sound that a lot of the metal, like it doesn't have the same kind of warmth. The metal is nice too. It's bright, of course, but it's a nice whistle.
Yeah, it's incredible. But here's the thing: not everybody can make the PVC pipe sound like that. To Scotland. Anybody here with Scottish roots? Fabulous. Does anybody know the old name for Scotland? Shout it out. Can't hear you. You're in school. Shout it so all the class can hear you. Aye, Caledonia. Yeah, and so this is a song called Caledonia, and it's kind of, the story is that when you leave, you have to leave your homeland. It's always with you, and it's never a stranger to you, even though you might have to leave for a while, but it always pulls you back, and you always carry it with you. So home is never far away, because it's always in your heart. There's always a longing to return to it. And so this is the beautiful Caledonia. If I had CDs with you, you'd be getting a free CD. For getting that right.
just out of interest, how many people have ever been to Ireland? How many have been? So not a whole lot. So this is amazing for you then, that you get to use your imagination to go there. And I hope you're experiencing that so far. And you know, one of the things, I've been to Ireland a few times in my life, and it's a very, very singing culture. It's a very sharing culture. We like that. We like that word, to share. And we're going to share with you now one more song. So take a look in your program. And there's right under Boolavogue is a song called Green Grow the Rushes. Now, we're going to sing this with Alex, but right before we do, Ireland is a very storytelling culture. It's a very similar. I spent a lot of time in my youth as a young musician traveling around Newfoundland, because the musical culture is very, very rich there. And I spent some time playing there and experiencing that music. And Ireland is very similar to that. So we have this affinity, this connection. But right before we sing it, I'm going to put Alex on the spot, and just, if you can, because the Irish tell stories, I'm going to get Alex to go back into her memory a little bit. We didn't rehearse this, but back into her memory a little bit, and tell us about what it was like growing up singing in Ireland when you were about the age of the choristers behind you. Any special memory about singing in Ireland when you were young? What you sang with?
Oh, right. Gosh, when you say go back in your memory, you're talking about going back a very long way.
Yeah.
But I do remember some bits. Well, growing up in Ireland was a fantastic experience, I have to admit. It was a very sharing culture, as you were saying, and there's a great sense of community when I was growing up, and there was a lot of times, there was always a sing-song. If people came to the house, there was always a party, and we always kind of knew about the first verse of everything, and I didn't know much more than that, but we made up the words. My granddad was a great character, and he would play chords on the piano, and he wasn't the best of singers, but he was a great storyteller, and he was a great person for putting songs across. But it really was a wonderful community. Storytelling, our songs were really used to also capture our history and our stories, because, you know, for a long time we were under British rule and we couldn't actually, we were quite suppressed, so that's how a lot of the music came about, was to keep history. But growing up as a young kid, I actually started singing because my brother came to me when I was in elementary school. I was about 8 years old, same age as, was it Leia? We were saying I was about the same age as Leia in the choir, and he came to me and he said, Alex, if you join the choir, you'll get a half a day from all your school studies on a Friday. I said, count me in. And that's really how I actually started. I started in a choir. Choirs are the most fantastic training ground for anybody. You learn so much. But that's kind of how I started, and I didn't know that I was going to enjoy it so much. And the first time I stepped on a stage, you know, in a production, I was transported to another land, and it was quite magic. And so it was a wonderful experience for me that I got to. Well, actually, you were saying who I got to sing with. We just were talking last night. I actually got to sing. I got to do Les Mis with Colin Wilkinson, who you probably know because he became a resident here. He was quite. He lived here. I don't think he still lives here, doesn't he? He does. But I did Les Mis for 2 years. I remember Les Mis when it came out on vinyl. That's how far we're going back in my memory. And we used to listen to it all the time in my house. Little did I know I'd never be in it, but I did eventually have a dream come true, and got to be in it, and then had the wonderful experience of singing with Colin. So it was lovely for it to come full circle, but I've been very blessed through music to travel the world and to have the most fantastic connections with people. It never ends, so that's one of the greatest blessings, and to sing with beautiful new artists that are all about to start their careers, and they could start in a better place. They really could. It's the best training experience. So I hope that answers your question, but I didn't know what I was going to say.
And now we get to sing with it. This is a little song called Green Grow the Rushes. So the choir's going to sing it for you once, and then we're going to try the entire thing. We won't go line by line. Take a look in your program. It's right under Boolavogue. This is what it sounds like, Green Grow the Rushes. Listen. 3 and... Try that with us.
Green